try that again. So I had no audio because OBS restarted itself, and OBS isn't smart enough to talk to the macOS permissions on its own, so it tries to... Okay, that's kind of disruptive. So OBS doesn't know how to talk to macOS permissions, so it needs to be run through the terminal to be able to ask for microphone access. So I think I should now have audio. Yes. And here's the idea. I'm going to be... This is like a behind the scenes, look behind the curtain sort of stream. I'm going to be setting up marketing automations that I've been meaning to set up for a while now for React for Dataviz. And I'm going to be watching the F1 race that happened at 5 a.m. today. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet if that's going to work because the announcer is going to be speaking a lot, but we'll do our best. So basically, when it comes to marketing automations, the whole... And please tell me how loud the F1 is. Maybe I should make that less loud because it's kind of confusing me. Have you ever tried speaking over somebody else? It's very confusing. It's like, it's hard to focus. So basically, the whole point of marketing automations is to improve these little measures here. So I have here my landing page for React Dataviz, and as you can see, let's set it to last 90 days. So it had a pretty good run here when I did my launch, and it's now up. Traffic is a little up from just being new and having more stuff, and we're looking at a conversion rate of about 4.5 to 5%. So the idea is, how can we bring qualified people to this page so that we get enough traffic to make enough recurring revenue? I'm gonna open VS Code so we can write down some notes to know what we're doing. All right, VS Code. I'm gonna close everything and go into the snapshot stuff. And for anyone who's actually watching the F1 stuff, I'm gonna make this a little smaller. Hey Louis Villa, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's see, can I resize this? Yes, I can. Okay, so we open the Scratchpad. I guess it needs me to upload settings. Okay, so open Scratchpad, close this stuff, and let's see, do I have... This is a bit proprietary up there, but I can remove all this stuff here. And if I reopen the Scratchpad, I have a nice area there. Hey Dean, like this. So what I'm gonna be writing down notes here, and you can ask me any questions that you want, and we'll see how this stream goes. This is my first time doing like a more business-oriented stream, so I have no idea how this is gonna go. But basically, goal of marketing automation, monies, or rather, scalable, repeatable, measurable revenue. So SRMR. Are you still using D3 regularly? I'm using D3. Why is this? The F1 app is laggy. So I'm still using D3 regularly whenever I get a chance. I don't have enough D3 work at my day job, and I definitely don't have enough D3 work well, I try to have like freelancing clients with D3 every once in a while, but I'm not really focusing on it. So I've been focusing more on other stuff. So I do use D3 when I find an excuse to use D3, but not like on like a day-to-day basis. So scale. What the hell is going on here? Okay, so this might not work. I might not be able to watch F1 while I stream, because apparently there's too many things asking for my computer's resources. Let's see, I can quit you, I can quit that. That can go away, Spotify can go away, messages can go away. And the annoying part about the F1 app is that it starts from scratch every time you refresh. Okay, so we missed the start. Formation lab, perfect. So let's hope that works now. So I wonder if that's a safety feature. Does anyone know if it's possible for a website to realize that it's being streamed to the internet and then like some sort of copyright stuff kicks in and doesn't let me do it? That would be interesting. Maybe it's just a shitty app that doesn't work. We have audio, we just don't have video. It's very confusing. Let's see, maybe it's my CPU being the problem. So what I'm working on today is marketing automations for React for data visualization. I'm writing down some notes here as soon as I get everything actually working. What else can I quit? Yeah, I need all of those. Okay, let's try restarting that again. Actually, let's close it and open a new tab, and maybe that's gonna work better. I really want to watch F1. I used to be really into Formula 1 when I was a kid. But then I kind of stopped watching, and now I watch the documentary on the F1 documentary on Netflix, and it got me really interested, so I'm trying to watch it again. So I bought the F1 subscription and everything. So we'll see if that works. So scalable, repeatable, measurable revenue. What that means is that known conversion rate of around let's say 4.5%. So and then we want a target revenue of, let's say, $4,000 per month, which means we need, let's see, needs how much traffic. Yeah, so okay, so we need, what is it, 4,000 divided by 0.045 equals, let's see, how much traffic do we need? It's not actually, so car racing is, especially in F1, it's a very cool engineering kind of pursuit, because the whole, like, I don't think most people realize that, but in Formula 1, there's one driver. He takes most of the glory and goes on the podium and does the hard work. So driver is mostly there to be aggressive and to not fuck up the car. They know how to drive well, so the car survives the race. They know when to take risks, when not to take risks. So it's a very important position. But the race itself, the team itself, so I'm gonna stop this because it's apparently too smart for us, but the team itself is there's like 500 or more. Some teams have several thousand people working on that one car and on that team to get that one race car driver across the line. Well, the team actually has 2 race car drivers usually. So it's really interesting just from an engineering and economic and business pursuit to watch these races and how they work, which is what I'm interested in. The driving itself, I'm never going to be that good of a driver, but it's fun to watch just what they go through to be able to do that. Where did I get the value of known conversion rate? I got the value of known conversion rate from my Google Analytics. So Google Analytics tells me what the conversion rate is, and I know that average purchase revenue is about, we can say it's $149 right now because that's kind of the price. I promised I would raise the price, but let's keep it at that for now. So with a target revenue of $4,000 per month, we need let's see, we need how many purchases? Need 4,000 divided by 149 purchases, which creates, let's see, 4,000 divided by 149, we need 27 per month. So I need to create a marketing funnel or marketing automation that has 27 purchases per month, which means for 27 purchases means 27 divided by 0.045, which is, let's see, 27 divided by 0.045, that creates 600 visits, 600 qualified visits per month. So I need to create a marketing funnel. That's the goal today, is creating a marketing funnel that puts 600 mostly qualified leads or visitors on the landing page every month. Right now the traffic is at, let's see, what is the traffic right now? Not real time, let's see, behavior, overview. Current traffic is at, overview, let's see, what's my current traffic per month, roughly speaking. Okay, let's open YouTube. So I need some background music to be able to do this, even if it's not F1, because unfortunately F1 is too smart for me and doesn't let me stream. So let's see, the Flopatron is always good background music, so I'm gonna use that. Flopatron, where is it? This guy. Let's go. Play all from the Flopatron. There we go. And if the background music is too loud, please tell me. Okay, so currently we have how much traffic per month. We can go to weekly traffic, and let's look at just the current month because that is the easiest. Last month, March 1st to March 31st, so there was a spike in traffic during the launch. So let's avoid looking at the spike and look at this thing here. So from March 17th onward, March 17th to, let's say, April 17th 2019. So this created about 1710. Interesting ASMR. What's ASMR? So current traffic is 1710, but how much is current revenue? What are you yiping about? Morg?
What?
What are you yiping about back there?
Oh, I took my pants off and my rug burn was attached to them.
Ah, yes. So my girlfriend fell on her knees yesterday because she tripped when she was drunk.
Excuse?
You tripped when you were drunk. And she scraped her knee, but she's very, very unused to any kind of injury because she was never into skateboarding or anything like that. So now it's like the end of the world because she has a tiny little scrape on her knee.
Hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. You're like a 5-year-old. I've seen 5-year-olds braver about scraped knees than you are.
It's like a rug burn, so all fabric sticks to it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at what the actual current revenue is, and that will help me see if these assumptions from earlier are correct. So we go to Le Dashboard, and we're going to look at revenue in the same time period as we looked at the traffic. So it was from March 17th to April 17th. So March 17th to April 17th, come on, like that. And we got, what do I do in my day job? So in my day job, I am currently a mostly back-end developer or back-end engineer for a small startup called YUP, Y-U-P, where we do on-demand tutoring for high school kids. So I develop the back-end systems because because of how the team is structured, I they put me mostly off of the front end stuff, and now I do mostly back end, which is kind of boring. But you know, you do what you gotta do when you're in a startup. The language is on the back end. I'm using mostly Ruby on Rails right now. We're trying to go to Kotlin, but I'm having a tough time learning how to do that. So the progress has been slower than we would like. But also I haven't had time, because one of the things that happens in a startup is that at the same time I have to also maintain current systems and build business processes on the current systems. So there's never really enough time to work on the new stuff, which means I end up working a lot on the old stuff. Okay, so current revenue was 3126. Ever considered Node.js? Yes, I love Node.js and I've considered it, but we've had just due to our experience with, okay, here I have to actually filter the products, not profile, all, because we've had bad experiences with how untyped systems grow, and as the backend system grows and becomes more complex, we've had a lot of trouble with it being in an untyped language. So we're trying to move to a typed language instead. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so product was in that same month $3 blah blah, which means average revenue per visit is, let's see, how long has the company been around for? So the company that I'm working at, or spending, it's more like I'm doing 4 days per week with them. It's been around for about 5 years now, and I've been with them almost since the total beginning. So I officially joined when it was about 5 people, but I also worked with them earlier than that when it was just 2 or 3 people in a living room. So I've kind of had a colorful history with this company, but it's been fun. Early stage startups come with a lot of interesting problems. Okay, so average revenue per visit. I'm essentially in the founding team, but not in terms of equity and stuff. So it's complicated, is what I would say. So 3100 blah. That doesn't make sense. 3101 divided by 1710. Dollar average revenue per visit is $1.8. So that means I can, according to these numbers, that means I can afford to pay up to $1.8 to send a person to the website, which is where marketing automation comes to. We're gonna, so $1.8 is max cost of per click advertising, per visit advertising. After how many years before companies aren't considered startups anymore? That is a really good question, Candy Cane. So Uber still likes to think of itself as a startup, even though it's been around for 10 years. Facebook, I've heard, likes to be called startup as well. Google too, and they've been around for really, really long time. I don't think there's really any I don't think there's a hard rule for when a company stops being a startup. It's mostly just, it's a very fuzzy term that means whatever you want it to mean when to support whatever narrative you're trying to sell. So this gives me, we now have the max cost per visit for advertising, and let's see how my conversion funnel is working. Current conversion funnel. So right now I'm just kind of collecting data, and then I have a bunch of ideas for what we can set up to do marketing automation on top of this. Basically, the goal is, if our average revenue per visit is $1.8, that means to get $4,000 per month, we need, let's see, calculator, 4,000 divided by 1.8, we need 222 visits per month, right? Average, roughly speaking. If I want to go up to $8,000 per month, I need to up those numbers and push more traffic. But there's a point at which sending more traffic lowers your conversion rates, and it's all a very, I wouldn't call it a delicate balance, but it's one of those equations with a lot of moving interconnected parts, and the whole system is kind of self-reinforcing, which means you have to be kind of careful with, you don't want to pump too much traffic or too much money into advertising all at once. You kind of want to develop formulae and then work from there. So if we look at my current conversion funnel, let's see, that's this one. We can look at reports. So I don't think this can tell me exactly how many people got to the website itself, which is kind of a problem. So we had 111 people complete the whole funnel so far, but I can't tell how many of those converted. Let's see if I was smart enough to add. Was I smart enough to add click tracking, UTM source, crash course sequence? I was. Awesome. So we can then go here and let's see, can I filter this UTM source? Does anyone know how I can filter direct traffic, medium, none, UTM? So how do I filter by UTM source? Yeah, it's called ConvertKit, but it's aimed at a different conversion rates. So current conversion funnel had so we had, let's see, 293 subscribers and 449 subs, 111 completions with an average of 30% open rate, which is really good actually, and 7.6% click rate. So click rate is mostly important down here because these are the ones that show the react4dataviz.com thing, which tells me basically now we're gonna find out how many leads we have to send into this funnel to be able to create the sort of revenue that we need. So 30% open rate, 7.6% click rate, and let's see how much traffic did it create. So Google Analytics, filter by UTM source. Cool. So this stream has started getting boring, which makes sense. Because I'm just flopping around and setting up getting a bunch of data. Conversions using Google Analytics campaigns. Okay. Aha. Traffic sources. Let's see. Site content, behavior flow. Okay, so here I should be able to look at source. ES6 crash course sequence. Awesome. Highlight traffic through here. Cool. So I can't really tell how many purchases there were, but we created let's see, March 17, April 17. So here's the problem. I can't tell how many emails were sent during that time. That's kind of annoying. But so we can look at it in total. So we can look at total traffic, let's go custom. I think the whole thing start, where is it? So we are now April 28th. April 28th, and I'm gonna go to, let's say, January 17th. I don't know, I know that the crash course didn't exist yet then, so I'll be able to capture the entire flow. So let's see, Dave Cedia, source, TCO. No, direct, Google, Dave Cedia, ES6 cheat sheet, group details. Oh, come on, I know it's in here. Okay, let's move it to February 1st to April 28th. Is that gonna be helpful? Nope, it's still not. So for some reason this isn't showing me the exact thing. What happens if I click this? No? So that just makes it bigger but doesn't give me any more detail, which is terrible. What, like, how is that useful? Insights? Ooh. Where you get your users from? Nah. Okay, so I'm kind of new to all of this, or, well, new. I kind of know what I'm looking for, but I'm also very confused by it all. So React for data viz, no. When was this sequence created? Can I see that? So, no, I cannot see that. Reports, no, that's recipients. Oh, I can look at when the first recipient got it, right? That would make sense. So they're ordered from the other end. So March 11th. Okay. So we can go to March 11th, and then I should be able to see what I'm looking for. So from March 11th onwards, we should have... Ooh, I was in Front End Weekly, that's cool. Nope. Okay, so I have no idea how to... Like, it shows up here when I go to March 17th. Crash course sequence. Okay, so we can say that we created about 110 visits. 110 visits from... Cool. So we know that if we funnel 450 people into this email sequence, we're going to get 110 visits. Or rather, that makes 110 by 450, 24% conversion to visit, or if we say 0.24 times, we said conversion rate of about 4.5 times 0.045 equals, now this is where marketing and sales in general become very painful, because if we multiply those two, we see that there is a 1% conversion rate. So for every 100 people in email sequence, we make one sale, which means if we want 27 sales per month, so this we calculated earlier that we want 27 sales per month. So for 27 sales, we need 2,700 people in sequence, which means I now have, so and I think this is the main way that people convert, and that's something we can test. But basically I need to figure out how can I get, so problem we're solving is how to get 2,700 leads per month. And that's where the marketing automation comes in, or the advertising automations and stuff like that. So how do we get 2,700 leads per month? That's the question we're trying to solve, and that's the main problem really. To get to $4,000 in revenue every month, I need to get 2,700 new people into this email sequence every month, and then after that we can have cart abandonment sequences and all those sorts of things, and those can kind of increase your conversion rates a little bit, not by much, just a little. But this is the rough problem of how marketing works in general. So if you've ever wondered how marketing works and how sales work, this is basically the formula. How many people do you get? How many do you convert? And what are the target numbers that you need? And then you work backwards from there. Let me clean my lens because it's dirty. Okay. So, what do we do? How do we solve this problem? Well, is ConvertKit an NPM package? It is not. ConvertKit is a what did we say ConvertKit was? ConvertKit is a SaaS, so it's a software as a service platform thingy that lets you do email sequences and email marketing and stuff like that. So how do we get 2,700 leads per month? If we know that the average visit is worth $1.8 and we get, okay, so we can also figure out if the average sale is $149 and we need 100 people to make one sale, that means every lead is worth $149 divided by 100, which equals 1.49, right? $1.49. So the easiest would be to just pay Facebook $1.49 for a lead and hope that it works out. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to try. I'm going to be setting up lead ads for my book, but to make the leads a little bit more valuable, I'm going to try to limit them to people who have been on my page for looking for React and D3 stuff. Let's see if I can figure that one out. Okay. Ow. My fingers hurt. Let's see, what was I doing? Right. So we're gonna go to Facebook and try to set up an ad that funnels people into this sequence, and then stuff happens to them. Let's see if I have an automation here. So we have React Database Free Preview, which is the automation that gets the when people sign up for the crash course, they go into the crash course email sequence, and when they finish that sequence, they're dropped into my weekly emails that are now 3 times a week, but they get dropped into my normal email flow just so that they keep warming up and being engaged for whatever else I might launch at some point in the future. Very nice. Down to 4 viewers. Yes, I know, marketing is boring, right? It's not as fun as developing stuff, is it? So let's see if we can. Yeah, that's I think the lead ads are probably our best bet to achieve these numbers. So I'm gonna go to Ads Manager. Let's see. Okay. So that's loading. Now here, nice. Which NBA game are you watching? And I think this stream would have been a lot more popular if I actually managed to, watch F1 while we're doing it, but it didn't work. Okay. So here's the thing. This is if we pay. Ooh, Warriors versus Rockets. That sounds like it could be a very popular game, something a lot of people would watch. So if we do pay $1.49 per lead, means we have 0 profit. So we're gonna have to. So we aim lower. Oh, it's the playoffs as well. No wonder nobody's watching me fumble around with marketing. The Bay Area is black. I have a friend who actually moved from Australia to the Bay Area partially because he was such a big Warriors fan. In September, campaign budget optimization will replace ad set budgets for all campaigns, new and existing, associated with this ad account. What? Starting April 30th, we are removing metrics that are outdated and replacing them with clearer and more actionable ones. We recommend learning about the replacement metrics and transitioning to them as soon as possible. I have no idea what that is talking about. So let's try to create an ad campaign. This is where I feel like I should have watched. A while ago, I bought a course on Facebook advertising, and I never actually went through it. And I think it would have been really helpful if I did. So we're basically going to be setting up retargeting ads because I don't believe in advertising to people who have never heard of me. That's like just throwing money into the furnace. Let's say, yeah, if we make one, yeah, so, yeah, basically, what was I talking about? Advertising to people who have never heard of you is kind of like throwing money into the furnace. So instead, I'm going to try to market to people who have either been on reactfordataviz.com before or who have read one of my React and D3 articles, and hopefully that should create a lower cost per lead. So we will see if that actually is true. Oh, and I also did some calculations here. So we achieved something. Done. We have achieved. What have we achieved? What was it in that Facebook course on advertising? Chapter 1, pay Facebook to show your ads. Chapter 2, pay Facebook more money. So that's the funny thing. I never actually opened the course. I bought it because the person who made it is somebody I like and who I've been following for a long time, and I know that she is doing really good work, but I've never actually opened the course, so I have no idea what was in there. I should really go back and open the course. So calculate parameters for marketing automations for React D3.js, React D3 2018. Yeah, so that's awesome to hear, Francis, but when you think about it, all of the material that you found out there is also marketing. Where advertising would help on top of that is that it's almost like so the way the internet works, you come on one of my articles and you read something about React in D3. But then you close the page and you forget that I exist. So the idea is that if I then follow up with you in some way, in some form or another, either with Facebook ads or with emails if you subscribe to something, then I can work with you and slowly convert you and convince you, and not just convert and convince. That sounds bad, but the idea is that I provide value, and one of the things I want to do is, if you read one of my React and D3 articles, I then want to create ads that follow you around, so to speak, and give you more value about React and D3 so that it helps you learn stuff, but it also convinces you that I am the world leading expert and authority on React and D3, so you are more likely to buy something from me. And that's kind of the general idea. It's more about how to convert drive-by traffic that has zero intention of ever converting into leads that you can actually talk to. And that's kind of what marketing automation is about. So I'm going to create a lead generation ad, and we're gonna call it React Data Viz Crash Course. Should we A/B test my creative, placement, audience, and delivery optimization strategies? That sounds useful. Test ad sets against each other to understand which strategies give you the best result. That sounds useful. What do we want to test? That is a good question. What do I want to test? Do I want to optimize? Campaign budget optimization and split tests can't be used together. Okay, so I'm going to try to set it up as an A/B test, even though I have no idea if that's going to work. And I don't even really know what I'm trying to test. Oh, I know what we're going to test. We're going to test either using the video from the intro of my course, or just an image. So we're going to test based on a creative. Continue. Create split test at tests, at sets. So Facebook page is Swizet Stellar. Okay. Understand which creatives, blah. I have accepted Facebook lead ads terms for this page. Reach people similar to your existing customers. So should we... That's a good question. Do I want to do this as a lookalike audience or as a new audience? Alright, let's do it as a... let's create a new audience, and we're going to say let's see, we're going to create, no, not exclude, help. Okay, let's create a new audience. Reach new people on Facebook who are similar to your most valuable. Reach people who've already interacted with your business. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a custom audience. Specifically, I'm basically doing, this is called retargeting. So I'm doing retargeting based on people who have already been to my pages. So we're going to use website traffic for, let's see, people who visited specific web pages. URL has to be react4dataviz.com, or should we do it in the past let's do it in the past 60 days. Further refine by frequency device, no. Include people who meet any of the following criteria. So they are on my pixel. Let's see if react4dataviz.com actually has a Facebook pixel set up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to basically look at the network and see if it makes a ping to Facebook. So it's loading a bunch of stuff, a lot of requests, yes. Okay, 71419, that is 71419, perfect. So we have the Facebook pixel set up, and I'm pretty sure it's also on my website. So URL contains equals, or contains react4dataviz.com. And now the next thing is URL needs to contain I think all of my so that's annoying. Okay, let's say it equals contains react4dataviz.com and or Swissets pixel in the last 60 days. We are going to let's see, page view, no, all website visitors in the people who visited specific web pages contains react4dataviz.com, or people who visited specific web pages in the past 60 days. And I'm basically just going to list all of the React and D3 articles from my homepage. So we're going to, or not from my homepage, but from my blog. So now we need to go into my blog and hopefully find all of the React and D3 articles that I have ever written. And that seems like a potentially good idea of how to do this. And I have no idea if it is actually a good idea, but we will see. So if I go to my posts and I search for React D3, let's see if that finds them. Okay, tooltips and state, easy D3. So we have about real programmers use WordPress, yes, but I'm thinking about refactoring that. So Francis asks if I have seen VX. I have in fact seen VX, and I think VX is really, really good. I haven't used it a lot because I prefer just writing things from scratch, because I am fairly used to how React and D3 work together, so it's easy for me to do from scratch. But it's a good idea. I really like how VX is built, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to here list all of my React and D3 articles so that we can use them later for doing other stuff. So all React D3 articles from blog. Let's see. We have this one, then this one. That's not, I guess I can use that. Big update to my best-selling book. No. Tiny React and D3 flame graph tutorial. Build an animated pure SVG dynamic height blah. Declarative D3 transitions. Silky smooth pie chart stuff. Don't need that one. Server-side rendering. This one. This is great. Story behind. Okay. Okay, we can use that one. A new site. That one didn't work so well. So I think my browser is now gonna start being slow. But let's see. Okay, animated string diffing, using D3.js transitions, how to make a pie chart, animating with React, Redux, and D3. What I loved about fixing laggy UI with React Memo, that seems useful. An experiment, building a React database with React hooks, React4Dataviz Turkey sale, announcing D3 Blackbox and use D3, build responsive SVG layouts with blah, React VR, creating the perfect rounded edge, use ref callbacks, that's useful, seamlessly render a React component, 3 key insights. Okay, so I have a bunch of articles here already, so I'm going to start pasting them. Okay, so this is getting silly because my computer is being slow because there's so much stuff going on, but the idea is basically to take all of this stuff and flag everyone who lands on these articles as a lead magnet. So not a lead magnet, but we're going to use them as an audience for advertising too, so that we can pump them into my funnel. And that's the idea. Okay, that was cool, that was cool. Man, I have been writing about React and D3 for a while now, haven't I? I should probably do even more. But I'm basically, what I'm trying to do now is stop writing so much about React and D3 and use my existing, what's it called? My existing bunch of articles that already exist and use them to kind of evergreen the funnels and make it so that the articles keep working, even though I'm not writing more of them. Well, I will still be writing more of them, but it's also a good idea to keep to reuse my old content, since I have spent so much time building my old content. Right? I mean, I think that makes sense. Okay, so 3 key insights. Let's see. Okay, this one's useful, this one is useful, this is useful, dancing tree, fractals, histogram, choropleth, blah, live coding, an abstract React transition component, mostly smooth animation, that was fun, React components in Canvas, blah, React React components as jQuery plugins, that was a fun hack. Abusing D3.js to make a Pong game, we don't need that one. We don't need that. Why DataViz does better for your career than to-do apps, that's useful. Behind the Curve was also useful article. Let's see. Wow, I write a lot, don't I? JavaScript smokes popular DataViz, yes. Yeah. Tooltips are not so easy. How I sponsored my own Genius Visa, we don't need that one. Online workshops are more interactive. Meh. What I learned at MicroConf, using YouTube as a data source in Gatsby, does blogging really drive sales? Blockchain Redux, that was fun. Okay. Okay, so live coding, a map of global migrations. That one was fun to build actually. Nights and weekends, Firefox is slow, using Hawks to dry up your code. That was cool. I got schooled, use Babel, blah. Okay, so I'm almost there. Almost got the whole list. Wow. These things are getting old. Cool. Okay. Let's plop all these things together here. Now I know most of these don't really get that much traffic these days, but they might still get some traffic, you know? A lot of these are problematic because the videos don't work anymore, because I stopped paying for live VDU. But yeah, okay. So this is probably also something I could outsource and get somebody else to do for me, but I didn't. Okay, almost there, almost got all of the links. Okay, so those are all of the React and D3 articles from my blog, which means that I should now be able to just paste them in here. I wonder if it will, what happens if I paste everything. Let's see. Whew, that is not the right way to do it. What if I add commas? Aha, that works. Okay, so now I have to add commas. So we go Shift F and we look for the end of the page, or I mean, yep, the end here, and replace the end with this thing, and then we search from here onwards. So let's do this. Command F. We are looking for. Come on. Command F. We're looking for the end of the thing. Okay. So I'm inserting commas so that I can copy paste en masse into the Facebook interface, because luckily it's smart enough to let me do that. Okay. And I can go down here and remove these extra commas. So maybe this window is getting too small, but so blip blip, paste those in, and let's see, naming my audience, we say oh, look at that, it's got a limit. And also you are no, so we can include more people who visited in the last 60 days. We paste those in, and we got oh, look at that, it only goes up to like 10 at a time. So React memo. So that's going to be annoying. People who visited specific pages, 60. Paste. We got all the way to React Canva. Okay, so this is going to be a bunch of copy pasting, where I should definitely be outsourcing this, but since I'm doing it as an excuse to live code, I'm going to say it's fine. Elements with React, and okay, this should be now. Oh, wow, look at that, it won't let me add more of them. God damn. So Facebook is being kind of smart here. So what do we want to? Okay, we can remove this one. Rendering towards animating 10K elements, and then we can add this one. And then JavaScript most popular data viz library. Let's see what else can we remove. React VR, creating perfect rounded edge, ref callback, seamlessly render React components. We don't need that one as much. Bam. What else? Software engineers and cholera, what do they have in common? That's a cool one. So I'm gonna add that one up here. Let's see. This one is useless, so we're gonna add that. Cool. So I now have roughly an audience. We're gonna give it a name called 60-day visits React plus D3, creating an audience. It may take a few minutes for us to finish matching your customers to people on Facebook. We'll notify you when this process is finished. You can also check the status in next steps. Find new people similar to your existing user. Best for high quality prospecting. Use lookalike audiences to reach new people. You can start creating an ad using custom audience you just created. So here kind of yeah, we're gonna start with just creating an ad for my custom audience, and then I'm going to let it run for a couple of days, see what it does, and then start using lookalike audiences to do prospecting on Facebook. And when I say Facebook, I also mean Instagram and all of the other things. How long have I been streaming already? Oh, an hour? That means I should probably stop soon. So we're going to create an ad using the existing audience. I guess I'm done. Your custom audience was created. Ads manager. That's not the right approach. So that's not the right page. I'm gonna go back here, and Facebook crashed. There we go. So we're going to be using my creative, and we're going to use my 60-day visits, blah. And we are not looking just for people in the United States, but we can also regions, designated market areas, new countries, regions or states. Okay, so this is my most annoying part of Facebook advertising, is that it's forcing you to always market to specific locations on the internet, which is annoying because like I'm selling digital products, so it doesn't make sense to limit by location. But let's see, location type, regions or states. Let's see, United States, Europe, what else? Australia. Do we want to include Asia? I've had a lot of luck with Asia actually. So let's try. This is where I should look at my. Let's look at my analytics, because I have those. So we can look at who are the people who come to my geographical location. So this is going to give me a map of where traffic is already coming from to my website, to my landing page, and I can then target those more. So I can see that most of my traffic comes from the United States, which makes sense because it's in English. India also is pretty high, so I should be going at United States, India, Europe, Canada, a little bit of Australia. So I'm gonna try that, and I'm going to see how that works. So let's see, United States, Europe, India, Japan, China. What else? Who else is interested in this stuff? Canada is pretty high. Canada, Canada. And let's add Australia and Brazil. So that would cover the top 10 of already existing traffic sources, and we're going to advertise to them more stuff. And this is all an experiment, so we'll see if it works. So I said Brazil, and what else did I say? Canada, France, Germany, Japan, China, Australia, Brazil. So I have United States, Europe, India, Japan, China, Canada, Brazil, Australia. Match locations. Cool. 3 errors. Europe, Canada. Okay. That's terrible. Let's try, because I don't even know how to add people. So how do I add more locations? Let's see. United States. Aha, there we go. So Canada, Europe, region, yeah. And we said India, Japan, China, Australia, and Brazil. Okay, so we're marketing to everyone in that location. Ooh, I have notifications. What else can I do? Detailed targeting, include people who match at least one of the following. So here's where we can add demographics, but I don't want to mess with that right now because it is difficult. Okay, so we have people who are in my 60-day visits that are interested in React and D3 from these many locations, and I'm going to save this audience. Audience name, retargeting React plus D3, save. And daily budget is not going to be $282, definitely not. We're going to say that this is going to run for, let's make the experiment 14 days long, and we're gonna give it a daily budget of, so let's see, we want to get, in these 14 days, I want to get 2,700 people into the sequence, which should translate to 27 sales, which should, if everything works, that should be fine. So let's see, what's the budget? Oh yeah, we said that we want 2,700 people over 14 days. So 2,700 divided by 4. Oh, actually, we can do a total budget. So a lifetime budget of, let's say we want to spend up to $1.2 per lead. So if we want 2,700 leads times 2,700 leads times 1.2, I am not putting $3,000 in this ad campaign. So yeah, see, this is where these numbers get really scary, but I'm not going to put $3,000 in this ad campaign. Let's start with 500. Power is the likelihood of detecting a difference in your ad sets if there is one to detect. We recommend using a budget that gives you a power of at least 80% to improve your chances of a successful test. So obviously, Facebook wants me to put more monies into Facebook. So let's play ball. Let's go with $600. And $600 should be enough. Should I put $1,000 into this test? My chat died. Okay, let me restart my chat. Okay, let's restart my chat. Okay, so we will see if the chat gets back to working now. And let's see if I missed any messages. Indeed, chat was dead. I wonder why was the chat dead for everyone, or was I just not seeing what you guys were saying? I have no idea how long the chat was dead for. So, only me? That sucks. So, I don't think I want to spend $1,000 on this experiment to get an 80% power, because $1,000 sounds like a lot, That's funny, Hideo. UK is no longer Europe. I think, actually, let's see. I think it's still Europe here. I'm curious. If we type Europe, let's close Europe and let's add Europe back. Browse. So, Europe. We are unable to highlight the border of Europe on the map, but it has been successfully added. Yeah. Ooh, we can add worldwide. Let's add worldwide. So it's now worldwide, which means they will try to match it to the best countries for me. Awesome. Cool. So if I want to get an 80%, yeah, they never used to support worldwide. I think that's new. So I'm gonna put $600 into this test. That's going to be enough for 14 days. It kind of hurts my heart to do that, but let's see. Okay, so add A. Add A is going to be a video ad. Video ad. The Instagram account below, single image or video. Let's do a video. Boost performance with video templates. Nah. Okay. Now let's see. Do I have a video readily available? I could have just started with worldwide. You're right, Einbisken, but I didn't know worldwide existed because they used to not allow it. Lander video. That's the one. So I'm gonna upload the video. Lander video. That's going to be the one I use because it's my best video of explaining what the whole thing is about. And now this is working. This is whether they use the video or the thing. What's the thing? Let's wait for this to upload and then finish setting it up. Oh, let's also check that ConvertKit actually supports lead ads. ConvertKit, Facebook, lead ads. I'm sure they support that. Blah blah blah. You'll build lasting connections. It's easiest. How to increase Facebook lead generation. That landing page. Entice your audience with a lead magnet. 3 tips for Facebook ad optimization. Start increasing. Okay, so stream during the upload. Yeah. Heck. Give me a couple minutes. So Kiwi really wants to eat some of my snack, but it has chocolate, so he can't because it's literally poisonous to him. Kiwi, chocolate is poisonous. You can't have that. Let's see. Okay. One cookie thing for me. Now, this is still uploading, but we can start working on the text for it. No, Kiwi. Okay. Because I think that's the best copy. No. It's not the best copy, but it's the best copy I have readily available. We're gonna take this link. Okay, it was harassing us. Sign up, apply now, subscribe. Okay, we're gonna have to create a form for this. Okay, the video is processing. What do I need? We need to actually look at how to integrate Zapier and stuff. So, ConvertKit, Facebook, lead ads. There we go. So I gotta see how to integrate them so I know how to set it up on the Facebook end. Cool. Log into my account. Great. I thought I was already using this one. So that's also something I'm gonna have to do at some point. Okay, now I lost my thing. So I'm gonna look for it again. I can go to my history. Here, this one. Connect ConvertKit plus Facebook lead ads. Continue as moi. Just continue as me. Oh my god, why is this so terrible? ConvertKit, Facebook lead ads. Okay. No, the other way around. Facebook lead ads with ConvertKit. So what happens? When a new lead, then add subscriber to, not to sequenced, add subscriber to a form. Okay, add new leads from a Facebook lead ads to a ConvertKit form. Cool. So now I can see how that works. I'm already signed into all of these things. Okay, signing into Facebook lead ads. So one of the problems with working with internet startups as a user is that they keep changing stuff, trying to make it better. And it's just confusing and annoying because every time you try to do something, you are literally relearning how to do it, which is annoying. My page, sign into ConvertKit. API secret, blah. Okay. Account page, copy link address. Where's my API secret? Okay, so I have to try to reauthorize. Let me hide this stuff so you can't steal my keys. I actually had someone email me the other day about how they were able to get into one of my accounts by looking at stuff. Continue. Oh, yeah. So I am now signed into everything, I think. Cool, cool, cool. And I have to go giving ConvertKit a call. We want free chapter and crash course. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it on the same one. Okay, so I want to turn this one on. The problem is that I don't know. So the problem here is that I'm not sure how to tell it which lead ad it's supposed to be doing this for, which is kind of annoying. But maybe if I go to a detailed editor, I'll be able to specify that. New lead, Facebook blah, lead ads, visit stellar, edit options. Aha, cool. So we are going to now create a new lead form and then I can use it here. Back to the ads manager. Add a video that meets all the requirements, a dimension of at least a length up to... So this video is too long for Instagram, which is fine for now. Okay. Display link. Stop copy pasting D3 examples. Learn how to build scalable blah blah blah. So now let's see what's more that we can get. So my computer is being really slow right now, which is kind of terrible. But we're gonna have to deal with that. Where is it? Try a free chapter. Free chapter and email crash course. Leave your email, get a free sample of React blah. Start with a free chapter and email crash course. Let's see what happens if I put this stuff here. No idea. Okay. So start with the free chapter, blah blah blah. That's what we have here. Stop copy pasting, create data visualizations of your own. Okay. So now let's create a new form. Form types. Okay. So this is going to be React data viz crash course form. Crash course form. Form type. Use a form that's quick to fill out and submit on a mobile device. Add a review step that gives people a chance to confirm their info. Do I want more volume or do I want higher intent? Let's do more volume. Okay. So our headline text, a preview of your image. Okay, so we're gonna have to upload an image. I'm going to upload the where is it? Course cover, because I think that's gonna be best. Perfect. Briefly describe what people will receive. Free chapter and email crash course. Okay. Get free chapter and email crash course and drop your email. Aha, now my camera ran out of battery. Okay. I should be back now. Let's see, am I back? Yep, I'm back. Cool, so let's see, let's recap. Let's recap the stuff here. Stop copy pasting D3 example, create data visualizations of your own, learn how to build scalable data viz components your whole team can understand with React for data visualization. Okay, sign up. Okay. Questions. Drop your email. To get started with a crash course. Let's see. What kind of emoji should we use for this? Build letter to get started with a quick crash course. Okay, so we want the email and let's do email and first name because we don't really need more than the first name. Okay, custom questions. Do we have any? No, we don't need any custom questions. Privacy policy. I think I have that on swizzes.com/privacyhtml. Yeah, it's old, but and I need to update that. And then the thank you screen. Thanks, you're all set. HTTPS react4database.com. Yeah, thanks, you're all set. I'll send you the sample chapter right away and follow up with the crash course. You can click below to read more. Click below to read more. Okay. Cool. So that's button text. React4database.com. Jump ahead. Read more. Read more. Yeah. So finish. That's our lead form now. So we have a React Database crash course form, free chapter, and email crash course. Stop copy pasting D3 examples, create data visualizations of your own, learn how to build scalable, drop your email to get started with a quick crash course. Cool. Continue to add B, which is going to be exactly the same, except it's going to use instead of my video here, we're going to use a screenshot. Okay, continue to add B. Update your ads details to continue. Yes, so this is going to be image ad, which is going to use an image, add more images. Come on, just give me the ability to upload an image. Upload images. There we go. Jesus. Course cover. There we go. Cool. And we need a headline, which is going to be this thing. Come on. I said copy. So copy this into this thing here. Okay, React Database Crash Course form. Awesome. Let's review the ad. React Database Crash Course, lead generation, split test variable is creative, a total budget of $600 until May 12th, and we are optimizing for leads, paying for impressions. Not sure how I feel about that, and we're creating an ad name and an image ad. And let's confirm. So there we go. I think that took way longer than it could have, but I now have a lead ad that will hopefully generate some revenue over the next 2 weeks, and it's going to cost me $600 to find out. So thanks everyone for watching. I will be back probably tomorrow with something a little bit more technical and working on some coding stuff, but this was something that I really needed to get set up, and I think sometimes it's interesting to watch how people run their businesses as well, instead of just coding. So thanks everyone for watching. I will see you again tomorrow.